For too long, innocent citizens have been forced to watch as the police got away with the worst actions and crimes ever. As such, we just love it when these cops get exactly what they deserve when they get out of line. Although we may never get to see a lot of these incidents, we figured we'd bring a smile to your face by showing you exactly how these cops are forced to get back in line. Here are times that these stupid cops got taught the exact lessons they needed to learn. Clip number 1. The first idiot cop we come across is one Officer Peterson who took offense with a man who was recording his activities while he was at the lobby. Incensed, Officer Peterson approached the man so that he could confirm if this was actually what was going on.
Were you the one in the lobby?
I don't answer any questions.
Okay, you get to answer a couple.
I don't need to answer.
However, the man decided he wasn't going to answer the cop's questions as it was his right to, and that is exactly what he told Officer Peterson.
Why is that?
Can I get your name and badge number?
Well, you can see it's Peterson, right?
Yes. Your badge number?
210.
210.
How about your ID?
Am I being detained?
Yeah, for a minute.
For what crime?
Well, we're filming in the police department lobby trying to figure out what's going on.
Is that illegal?
Well,
That's all well and good, but the cop wasn't going to accept this as an answer. Rather than just ignoring the man, the cop proceeded to question the observer some more. Tired of being pressed by the officer, the man asked for Peterson's name and badge number. Rather than complying, Officer Peterson requested for the man's ID.
So what are you detaining me for?
well, that's what we're trying to figure out, man.
Well, you can't detain somebody just until you figure it out.
Yeah, actually we can.
That's not how that works, officer.
Okay. That's your
Can I get your supervisor? Can I get your supervisor out here? I'm asking to talk to your supervisor.
And I'm telling you, you can call the police department and ask for him. Okay?
You can't call your supervisor out here?
Look, right here, boss.
So there's nobody above you?
Yeah, there sure is.
So you're a sergeant? So you're a sergeant and you're... Okay, so...
However, the man insisted that he will not be offering Officer Peterson any details of himself because he wasn't guilty of committing any crime. Dismissing the solid position of the law, the cop continued pressing the man for his ID. It got so bad that the man wanted to know if he was being detained. Without any reason for it, the cop stated that yes, he was detaining the man. Why, you might ask? Well, even the bumbling cop didn't know, and we know. So, because this dummy actually replied that he was still trying to figure out a reason. Unfortunately for Officer Peterson, the man was well aware of the law, and he was quick to inform the man of the proper position of the law. The cop can't detain him if he hasn't done anything wrong. Tired of this, the man demanded for Officer Peterson's superior officer. That's where we're shocked to learn that this cop was actually a sergeant. Unbelievable. Stumped by the man's knowledge of the law, the sergeant was forced to walk away. You'd think that somebody like this would be more abreast with the law. Clip number 2. In this scene, we witness when a sheriff's deputy decides to pull a driver over. Following this, the deputy proceeds to ask for the driver's documents.
What's the nature of the stop?
As soon as I know who you are, you have to explain that.
Is this Nazi Germany? Do I gotta provide papers before you tell me why?
Well, if I don't...
Well, I would take the key out if I could, but I can't.
Before the driver complied, he asked the deputy why he was being stopped. Incredibly, this cop retorted that he would only tell him that once he was determined who the man is.
You do realize in order to get ID from somebody, you have to have a reason and articulate that reason for the stop, right?
How do these guys get into the police force? At this point, the man decided to educate the deputy on his job.
So, unless you can articulate, this is my property, yes. Well, I don't live here, but this is my property.
He informs the cop that before a cop can ask a civilian for his ID, he must have a cause for doing so. Not only that, he also needs to let the person know why he was doing so.
I knew you were following me. I knew I used my turn signals. I knew I wasn't speeding. As soon as I see you on the side of the road, I see you hit your brake lights. I knew you were gonna me. I knew exactly what you were gonna do. There's nothing wrong with my car. Every light on my car works. So what's the nature of the stop?
To the deputy's discomfort, the driver then reveals that he is a constitutionalist. It is at this point that he learns that he is in for a long night.
All I'm doing is checking out what's going on.
You better get your goddamn supervisor. When is it illegal to make turns?
It was illegal to make turns.
Dude, we both know where this is going, and you know you have no reason to pull me over.
Following this, he revealed that he knew that the deputy had been following him for a while. Now that the cop was in front of him, he asked the cop again why he decided to stop him.
Yes, you have to have RAS, but what is your single articulable suspicion?
You were trying to avoid this car.
Bullshit.
Looked like you had a bumper on the front of the car when you went by.
Dude, I'm not giving ID, because I didn't do nothing wrong.
Is this your car?
It's in my dad's name, yes.
Is it in your dad's name?
Yep. Dude, this is gonna make an awesome YouTube video.
To the driver's disbelief, the deputy claimed that the driver was making too many turns. This must have been a prank because the comment was too hilarious to be taken seriously.
just admitted that I committed no crime or no traffic infraction. When is it illegal to make turns?
Well,
There is a bumper on my car. Just leave me alone. I'm not doing nothing. Right? Okay, you have a good night.
How on earth is that even a thing? The driver simply laughed the deputy off before asking the deputy's supervisor. He shouldn't have to deal with such a clown. Clip number 3. In another scene where normal citizens were simply recording their surroundings, we witness how another police officer proved himself to be unfit for the position. This cop took chagrin to the fact that this pair of individuals caught the footage of the police station and all those who entered into the station.
How you doing?
Good, you guys filming the documentary or
Nah, just the police station.
any particular reason?
Just so I can view it later.
Any specific reason?
However, the guys were well aware of the law that allows them to film in public. The cop tries to throw them off by claiming that they are infringing on the right to privacy of those who are leaving the police station.
Yeah,
Obviously, we have security concerns, and when you film in this area where we're releasing people who have been arrested, they have a right to privacy.
No, they don't.
People coming in and out of
They
jail?
don't. If I could see them from public, they don't. So you need to,
How do you figure that?
First Amendment, you need to brush up on it. Anything that I can see from public, I can film.
Right,
You can't trespass what I can see. So as long as I'm standing where I'm allowed to be, I can.
However, the guys were also ready for this, so they replied that it's false to assert that because they were filming from a public place.
So you guys are just filming for your own personal needs and
We don't
whatever.
want to answer no questions, yeah. We'd rather be left alone.
Mind you, the filming was also in accordance with their First Amendment rights. You'd think that our boy in blue over here would be aware of this. Rather than leaving it at that, the cop refuses to quit. Instead, he decides to change tactics by asking if they were filming for their own personal needs. To this, the guys refuse to answer his question, especially because they know they don't have to answer such a question.
Doesn't concern you guys at all?
what is that? I don't understand
You're
how you...
antagonizing.
Yeah, exactly.
antagonize you?
You're the only antagonizer here.
But you're in public, right?
Yeah. But you're on the clock, right? And you serve me.
Right,
You serve
I'm
the
doing
public,
what-
right?
I'm doing
And
what I
asking
was
you to leave me
sent to
alone.
do.
I'm asking you to break contact. I don't wish to engage with you no more.
Okay.
So you have a good day. You're dismissed.
Can you state your name and badge number, please?
No, you can see it. It's 315.
Is that what you tell the judge?
You guys can do whatever you'd like to do, and
Consequently, the cop tried to turn the tables on them by accusing the men of attempting to antagonize the public. Fed up with this cop, the guys requested for the cop's name and badge number. Although he was initially reluctant to offer this information, he was forced to comply with their demands. Following this, the cop decided to walk this one off. He won't have looked stupid if he just knew his job. Clip number 4. In this clip, it looks like even just sitting down on your own in your car is enough to cause an unpleasant interaction with stupid cops. This man was simply waiting for his wife in his car when an officer by the name of Pino came up to him and asked him for his name.
Lost, man. Make sure you guys are doing okay.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Okay, man. What's your name?
For what?
I'm just contacting you. I just have to. So
You have
there's
to.
So there's a law that just came out
Okay.
to where anybody I contact, even if it's consensual, I have to get your demographics that I can
Really?
say that I contacted you. Yeah.
This move was based on the fact that there seemed to be a new law that required him to have the demographics of anybody he comes across, with or without the person's consent. Isn't that great?
That's not the law.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
With Senate Bills 217.
No, this is not a stop and ID state.
Okay, so I have to say that I did contact you.
Okay. Good. You can say that.
Okay. And also, when I run the plate,
Okay.
it is coming back with a warrant hit.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that you're not the person. And
Nope, I'm not the person.
So can I get your name?
No.
And why not?
Well, this is first you said that you have to ID me. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
This is not a stop and ID state.
Says who?
What do you mean says who? It's a law. It's a law,
So
sir.
the law states now that anybody I contact,
Okay.
I need to get an ID so I can say that I contacted you.
No, I don't think so. That's
Yes,
not
it
the
is.
law. This is private property, sir.
It is not. It is a public parking lot.
No, this is private property.
It is a public parking lot.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm sorry.
This information stumped the man, especially because they weren't in a stop and ID state. Regardless, the cop continued to demand for the man's information, And when the man didn't budge,
Yeah, you're scaring my kid. There's no point of this. You know, this is
Well,
ridiculous.
Wouldn't have to scare him if you were cooperative.
Well, no. That's just ridiculous, man. That's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, man.
All right, sir. Have a good day.
You have a good day too.
the cop tried to turn the tables on the man by claiming that he was parked in a private parking lot. What does that have to do with anything? Luckily, the man was aware that he was actually in a public parking lot, and he didn't hesitate to let the cop know this. Following this, the man tried to let the cop know that he was scaring his kids, but the cop didn't care. He insisted on letting the man know that he was being uncooperative. Seeing that he won't get anything out of this man, the cop skulked away. What are these guys like? Clip number 5. We witness another scene with an inept cop when we come across a man who was accused of trespassing on some people's property.
I've never been on their property.
Okay, well, it's private property.
I've never been on their property. Okay.
If they advise us that they don't want you on your property,
That's fine.
we're going to tell you that you can't go on their property.
That's fine.
Okay, can I see your ID,
You
please?
don't have to have my ID to issue a trespass.
Yes, sir, I do. I need to.
If you're
under threat of arrest, I'll give you my ID. I'm with you.
I won't get in trouble.
Okay.
When he was approached by the cop that arrived on the scene, he questioned the man about his activities. It was at this point that the man revealed that he never went on these people's property.
I didn't call you.
But they're stating you were on their property. That's why I went and talked to them. They said that when I walked back over, you were standing on their property.
No, I was standing right there.
Yeah, you were standing in the parking lot. I'm telling you what I saw.
I sue you. I sue them. We go to court and find out I wasn't there, and you lose your qualified immunity because you didn't investigate. How are you? What was your name and badge number, sir?
Sure, it's Staff Sergeant John.
Rather than listening to the man, the cop demanded for the man's ID so that he can issue the man a citation for trespassing. Fortunately, the guy was aware of his rights, so he quickly informed the cop that he doesn't need to hand over his ID for the cop to issue a citation for trespassing.
93159.
Hey, Johnson. I was explaining to them, I'm out here exercising my right, First Amendment right. Private property starts about 1.2 foot on the other side of that telephone pole per government document.
When the deputy wouldn't back off, the man was forced to explain to the cop and his partner that they were actually violating his rights, and as such, he might have no other choice but to sue them and those who reported him to them if they don't back off.
Survey. Anyway, I did my homework. I'm down here giving some people free advertisement. They called the police to me. This deputy here legally detained me for 18 minutes and 32 seconds. There's no suspicion of nothing. He told me that I had to show him my identification to be trespassed. I explained to him I was on the footless of that road. Right there, their property starts at the front tire of that VW. And I'm trying to exercise my rights. Both of them gentlemen stood in a auditorium or courthouse.
This forced the deputy supervisor to set an order to de-escalate the situation. Now, before their supervisor, the man reasserted that he never trespassed on those people's property. In fact, they were blatant liars, and rather than the cops stepping in and doing what they can do to put an end to a minor dispute, they were trying to land him into trouble.
With their hand on a Bible, and they swore an oath to protect my civil rights. He's wanting my Fourth Amendment violated, he's wanting my First Amendment violated, and they called the police to me and lied. I got 28 minutes of video that shows me doing exactly what I'm doing right now on public property, exercising my right as an American.
And any time that you go on their property?
No, sir. Look, he knows exactly.
Their poor dispute handling skills and the fact that they were in essence subjecting him to an illegal detention was just making these cops and their department look bad.
Exactly who I am.
Which one?
To the left.
Okay.
And I told him I'm gonna file a formal complaint on him and him. And y'all have never, ever had a problem with Columbia County. Ever. And once you realize who I am and what I'm doing, and it really makes y'all look bad, man. And I'm illegally detained for no crime.
The unfortunate supervisor was forced to intercede in the matter. After listening to this man's plight, he decided to let him go as long as he didn't step foot on the complainant's property. It's a shame that these cops didn't know how to perform their jobs. Now, they just look like mugs in uniforms. With that, the video has come to an end. Don't hesitate to like and share our video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel Cops vs. Karma and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever we upload a video. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, goodbye!